and welcome to this episode of John's Motorcycle Rescue and Review. Alright guys, I am super stoked to be reviewing the 2020 through 2024 Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. This particular bike is a 2023. It's just a beautiful example, and it's got a lot of nice extras on it. It has the optional hard bags that come with it. It also has an Acroprovic exhaust on it. It has foot peg lowers on it, so these lower the foot pegs about an inch. This bike also has the wind deflector on it, as well as a GPS mount and the Denali lights and the tank protectors on the side of the tank. In this review, I'll go over the history of the Ninja 1000. I'll also go over the specs of the bike, and we'll talk about the horsepower numbers and the performance figures on the bike. And in a little bit, I'm going to gear up. I'll take the camera along. We'll go out on the road and see what this bike is like to ride. So I am super excited for that. The Ninja 1000 is really a sport touring motorcycle. The original Ninja 1000 was released in 2011. It was heavily based on the Kawasaki Z1000 motorcycle. And since then, Kawasaki has really refined this bike. It received a major overhaul in 2020. And in that overhaul, Kawasaki really went out of its way to make this bike smoother, more comfortable. They gave it nice features like cruise control and other options that really make this an outstanding sport touring motorcycle.
During the major revision in 2020, the Ninja 1000 received sportier styling and a revised windscreen. It also got a 4.3-inch TFT dash, as well as ride-by-wire throttle control. This allowed for 3 different pre-programmed ride modes, including rain mode and road mode and sport mode. It also has a customizable ride mode if you want to do that. The Ninja 1000 also got 3 traction control settings, and the traction control can also be turned off. It also featured cruise control and a quick shifter. Looking at the specs of the bike, the engine in the Ninja 1000 is a 1043cc liquid-cooled dual overhead cam 16-valve, fuel-injected, inline 4-cylinder. It features an 11:1 compression ratio. The fueling is provided by 38mm throttle bodies, and these are controlled with a ride-by-wire system. Horsepower output on the Ninja 1000 is a stout 142 horsepower at 10,000 RPM. The torque output on the Ninja 1000 is 82 foot-pounds at 7,800 RPM. It features a slick shifting 6-speed transmission, and this is mated to chain final drive. Looking at the frame on the Ninja 1000, it is an aluminum backbone type frame. It features 24 degrees of rake and 3.9 inches of trail. Up front, the suspension consists of 41mm inverted forks. These are fully adjustable with 4.7 inches of travel. Out back, it features a single shock with a remote spring preload and rebound damping adjustment. The rear shock has 5.4 inches of travel. The wheelbase on the Big Ninja is 56.7 inches. It has a 5-gallon fuel capacity and a wet weight of 514 pounds. With the optional saddlebags, the wet weight is 533 pounds. With a pro rider on board, the Ninja 1000 is capable of clocking off a high 10-second quarter mile, and the top speed on the Ninja 1000 is 155 miles an hour. The ride-by-wire system on the Ninja 1000 gets its information from a Bosch IMU. The traction control settings and power modes on the Ninja 1000 can be switched while you're riding the bike, so they can be switched on the fly, which is a nice feature. In the braking department, up front, the Ninja 1000 has big dual disc brakes. These are acted on by radial 4-piston calipers, and the braking system is governed by an intelligent ABS system. Out back, the Ninja features a single disc brake acted on by a dual piston caliper. This bike has the optional Kawasaki luggage, and this consists of 2 28-liter capacity hard bags, and each of these bags is able to carry a full face helmet. And so that really increases the touring ability of the Ninja 1000. The seat height on the Ninja 1000 is an approachable 32.1 inches.
I want to say thank you to my friend Don for letting me review this bike. It is such a pleasure to get to review these great bikes, and I really appreciate it. All right, enough talk. What is the Ninja 1000 like to ride? I'm going to gear up. I'll bring the camera along. Let's find out together. Let's ride.
I am currently riding Kawasaki's Ninja 1000 SX, and first thing I'm noticing is this bike is very nicely laid out. It's got a little bit of a lean into the bars, but it is certainly not sport bike radical. This bike has some lowered foot pegs on it. They're lowered by about an inch over the stock ones, and I'm a taller guy at 6'4", and I really appreciate the extra legroom that this bike has. Even though this bike has an Akrapovic exhaust on it, it is not super loud. Kawasaki's traction control will let you lift the front wheel a little bit, and then it kicks in and kind of brings the front end back down. And the nice thing is, it is not obtrusive, so even when it kicks in, unless you see the light on the dash, you can't even feel it kicking in. I think Kawasaki has one of the better traction control systems fitted to the bikes. Wow, that motor is just super smooth. This bike is super quick, and it's got so much power in the mid-range. There is no need to rev it all the way to the red line just to enjoy some nice acceleration. Turn in is beautifully smooth, very nice. Kawasaki does such a good job on their big 4-cylinder motorcycles. The shifting on this bike is super smooth, and you can choose to use the quick shifter or just use the clutch as normal. And for me, I'm just using the clutch, and the clutch action is very, very light on it. I'm getting only a slight tingle through the bars at certain RPMs, and for the most part, this bike is just super, super smooth. You definitely are aware that it's a 4-cylinder, but it doesn't punish you because of that. Oh, that's so nice. I love the light feel of this bike going through the corners. It's very intuitive and easy to ride. And in road mode, at least, it's not overly abrupt on the throttle. Especially at lower RPM, it kind of gives a gas somewhat slowly, and so it feels very easy to ride. But then when you want it, it really kicks in, and this bike picks up awesome. It's a beautiful spring day in Pennsylvania. Temperature right now is about 70 degrees, and it is perfect riding weather. This is the kind of bike that doesn't punish you if you just want to kind of go down through the countryside at the speed limit and just enjoy the ride. So you can cruise on it if you want to. And when you want to open it up, it has so much performance on tap that you could really take this bike to a track and have a whole lot of fun doing a track day and kind of exploring the limits. Let's see how this bike does through a set of corners here. Plenty of bite from those brakes. Yeah, that's awesome. This is a fairly bumpy road, and this suspension is just soaking up those bumps. That's very nice. Very well composed. Yeah, that's more than you need. Wow. Yeah, it's just amazing, the dual nature of this bike. It is so nice to ride and just go slow on, and then when you want to, it's just fearsome. That's fun. I like the fact that the throttle automatically blips on downshifts. I'll use a quick shifter here. That quick shifter just makes clutchless upshifts very, very easy. It's so smooth. This bike also has intelligent ABS, and that means depending on what mode the bike is in and what traction control mode as well, it will kick in the ABS either sooner or later. Let's say you're in rain mode, it would be much quicker to cut in the ABS so you don't slide out. But if you're in sport mode, it would keep the ABS interference to a minimum, and that's something I appreciate. I get a nice amount of wind protection from the small windshield. I'm not getting much wind on my legs either. This is one of those bikes that if you only have one bike in the garage, you could really make an argument that this will be the perfect bike to have. It'll do almost any type of riding you want and do it well. It's comfortable enough for all-day use, especially with the pegs being lowered just a little bit. That really helps. It has enough wind protection for highway use, and I like the adjustable windshield. That gives you several different settings just depending on kind of what riding mode you're in.
All right, man, what a lot of fun. After riding this, I can honestly say, what more could you want? This bike has all of the features that I can possibly imagine being on a motorcycle. It has the quick shifter, it has the cruise control, it has the different ride modes, it's got ABS, it's got traction control. Whatever you want, you can kind of set this bike up to perform the way you want it to. If you just leave it in standard rider mode and go out, you can ride it slowly and be comfortable. You can ride it on the highway and be comfortable. You can ride it in a sporting environment and really rip it up, and this bike is perfectly at home. You can also mess with the suspension settings, the actual hard settings themselves, and firm the suspension up. It's got fully adjustable suspension in the front. It's got the rebound and spring preload in the back. If you're doing solo riding, I don't think you need more than this in a street motorcycle. Additionally, this bike comes with the hard luggage on it that allows you to do touring on it. It has an easily adjustable windshield. You can simply push a button and adjust this through different settings. You can even do that on the fly if you want to. And that allows different wind protection if you're on the highway or if you're riding it at the track. And the only downside I see is the passenger comfort on it is probably not as good as you would get on a dedicated touring bike. But for solo riding, I don't think it gets much better than this. I've read online that some people don't like the stock seat on the Ninja 1000 SX, that it's a little bit hard and it kind of locks you in one place. I didn't ride the bike long enough for that really to be a factor. It was very comfortable for me, but that is an easily changeable item if you want to change it and go to something more comfortable for yourself. You could also go with a little bit taller seat if you wanted more leg room. And in addition, they sometimes complain about the high foot pegs, but the foot peg lowering mounts here really give it more leg room. I noticed the additional leg room, but again, it's not a whole lot of expense to really improve the comfort of the bike overall. Well, I'd love to know what you guys think. If there are any Ninja 1000 fans out there, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining and informative, and until next time, enjoy the ride.